Thank you. Thank you, Hind, for the introduction, and thank you, Rob, for creating another EFL Talks in our area and region. All right, so I was just discussing and saying that I would also like to thank Jim for being here, because if you see on the lineup, we're the two only male presenters. So that would be, we're still a minority. So I think, given the discussion we had on the chat box, I think I'm going to create a new hashtag. So more men presenters for ELT. So that's something that we all need to work for. So if you have male colleagues, please invite them, and they should be part of EFL Talks, but also presentation. All right, so now, once upon a time, there was a time where we could travel. And if you are on my Facebook, or if you know me, then you should know that I love traveling. And traveling is one of my passions, I should say. And that was kind of disrupted. Actually, funny story is that the day that I came back, I was in Greece, for Greece, as usual. And then the day that I came, I landed, I had a connecting flight in Jeddah. So when I came to Riyadh, after a few hours, the airport's closed. So I came from TESOL, Greece to class, and then everything just shut down. So talking about shutting down, this is a friend, COVID, that kind of created all this. And as you see, he's crying because he's lonely. So he needs a body to go and live, right? So as you know, viruses can live on their own, but the majority, they have to find somewhere to live. So we are the people that it lives on. After the disruption, that amazing, the BFF that Fatma was talking about earlier, Zoom came along, right? Along with other applications, but I think this is what the platform that has been used. And of course, this is the platform that we're using today. Right, so everybody had plans, everybody had travel plans, and there were lots of cancellations of events, cancellations of major conferences and major events. And that, of course, created lots of frustration. So at the beginning, we didn't know which events were going to be canceled, which events were going to be held. And as I told you, for example, TESOL Greece was the last conference that I was able to go, and was the weekend before the lockdown started here. So it was stressful. And I think what really made it stressful also was that you didn't know, was it going to be canceled? Was it not? And then all of these, different kinds of stresses with the flights, with the refunds, with everything. So I think that came, that's kind of like the most annoying thing. And I think that was something that really affected me as well. Because again, I'm used to going to lots of professional development events around the world. And at different times, we do have a lot of events online now as well. So after all these cancellations, of course, this became our everyday kind of environment. And this is how it all started. So slowly, I think the associations around the world, others were kind of quicker, others were kind of slower. They started transforming their conferences, their events online. So there were lots of webinars. At the beginning also, there were lots of webinars on how to do things, meaning like how to teach online, how to cope with emergency remote instruction, how to organize events, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to give you an example that is very dear to me. So as you know, I'm with the ANPC, the TESOL ANPC, the Affiliate Network Professional Council, which supports the affiliate network of TESOL International, which is more than 110 teacher associations. So for us, we always have our leadership sessions before annual convention, which is usually in March. So those events were canceled, of course. And then the events that we had were usually half a day before the convention started and a couple of sessions during the convention. So with all this, we had kind of like an explosion of events. So we had about 6 or 7 events before the summer convention that TESOL organized. And I want to thank all the ANPC members as well as Jim that is here with us today. And then instead of having half a day, which means almost, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours of leadership sessions for our affiliate members, we had 3 days. So something that was 5 hours, it suddenly became kind of like 5 hours of professional development. And what we did was that we did it at different time zones. So we were thoughtful of all the affiliates around the world and different time zones. Of course, we had to, James, I, and all the organizing members, we had to stay up in our time zones till like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and the last day until 7 a.m. So there was a lot of sessions. We did a lot of preparation, and it worked out. And it was, everybody was thankful because they didn't have the opportunity to, to attend the annual convention and to do the sessions there, but they were able to attend those 3 days. And we brought the professional councils, the intersections, lots of people, independent associations, not TESOL affiliates. That was actually very, very helpful to everybody. So I'm going to go back to a little bit, and first of all, these are all the conferences that I was able to participate. And if you think about it, I mean, I would never be able to participate in all of these conferences if there was no COVID. So, being to Japan, Israel, New York State, Mexico, Pakistan, California, Greece, I mean, I think it's all over the place. So I'm thankful for actually COVID that gave me the opportunity to be able to be part of this, of all of these events. Now, as I was saying, I'll go back to what Krastia was saying, that, all of this at the beginning was exciting. We all wanted to learn how to do it, how to participate in this and that. But what I would caution is fatigue, Zoom fatigue, and well-being. So we must take care of ourselves. We must set limits. There's a silver lining. We have families. We have other things that we do, hobbies. We have family out there, especially us that are living in different countries than our families, or even people that live in the US, like in different states or in different cities. It's difficult for people to communicate. So I would say, take a moment, give some time, and communicate with the people that you care about. We do have, actually, the ANPC has taken care of that, and with Anastasia that is here, Jim, and the ANPC members, we have organized a whole day of self-care and well-being, and the sessions are going to be uploaded soon on our YouTube channel of TESOL International. If you go under affiliate events or social responsibility intersection events, you will see those there. Now, this is what I think there was discussion on the chat about virtual hug. So this is our an association that was actually started earlier in January this year, and it kind of flourished because of COVID. So this is a virtual hug that we did at TESOL Gulf. And every Tuesday we have our gathering at 8 p.m. Standard Arabian time, and everybody is welcome. Membership to the association is free. I would like also to share 2 resources, and I'm going to put those in the chat once I finish. The Cultivating Future Resilience. This is a 2020 publication, as well as Implementing Deeper Learning and 21st Century Education Reforms. These are great resources, and they're being offered publicly. It's open access by Springer. And I would also like to give a shout out to Springer for giving so many free resources during the pandemic. All right, so I think that's all from me. I would like to thank again Rob and KSAALT and everybody. that have put all the work into that. And that's my email at the bottom. And thank you in many languages. And that was my alarm, Jim. Rob?
Great timing, George.